Listen up, F1 fanatics. Before I drop this nuclear bomb of a story, and trust me, you are not ready for this. I need to know, who's better, Alonso or Verstappen? Leave your answer in the comments right now. Because what I'm about to tell you involves the most experienced driver on the grid making a decision that could shake the entire 2026 season. Fernando Alonso, 44 years old, two-time world champion, the living legend of Formula One, and right now, he's playing the most dangerous poker game Aston Martin has ever seen. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Alonso just dropped an absolute bomb, while Aston Martin is desperately trying to lock down his stay for next season. The Spanish gladiator is doing something absolutely insane. He's making them wait until September. You heard that right? September. That's 7 months into the season. The team is sweating bullets. The driver market is about to explode. And Alonso? He's sitting back, watching, calculating every move like the chess master he's always been. But here's where it gets crazy. Alonso just admitted publicly that Aston Martin is starting 2026 at a clear disadvantage. His words, "We're definitely behind. We're starting from zero." Actually, I don't even think we've started. Let me paint you the picture of just how bad things are. Remember all that hype about Adrian Newey joining the team? Well, the car showed up late to the track. The Barcelona tests were basically a disaster. Alonso didn't hold back. He said it was more like a filming day, while other teams were doing private shakedowns at Silverstone, racking up 200 kilometers of data. And Aston Martin? They had to limit the car to 280 kilometers per hour on the straights, because some parts weren't even validated for high speed. Think about that. We're talking about a Formula One car, the pinnacle of motorsport, and they're running it like a street car with a speed limiter. And it gets worse. The Honda power unit faced bigger difficulties than expected. The entire project timeline is compromised. They're months behind. And Alonso was straight up. Some issues won't be resolved before Australia. We'll have to live with that for the first 3 or 4 races. But here is where Alonso is playing 4D chess. And this is genius. He's telling Aston Martin, I need to see how the car develops. And with the 2026 regulation changes, he's absolutely right. This year isn't about finding 1 or 2 tenths. We're talking about teams finding 8 tenths to a full second of performance throughout the season. The pecking order could flip upside down mid-season. So Alonso's strategy? Wait, watch. Let the development war play out. See if Aston Martin can dig themselves out of this hole, or if they're stuck in the midfield. But it's not just about performance. Alonso opened up in a way we rarely see. He said, I need to see how I feel, how motivated I am, and how much the travel, events, and marketing weigh on me off the track. And if you're loving this exclusive information that nobody else is breaking down like this, smash that like button right now. Because we're getting to the juiciest part. Here's the nuclear tension. The driver market is heating up fast. We've got 22 cars on the grid, new regulations, teams scrambling to lock down talent, and Alonso is essentially holding Aston Martin hostage until September. Lawrence Stroll didn't spend millions bringing Adrian Newey to the team just to lose his star driver. But Alonso, he's got all the leverage. He knows the team needs him. He's the experienced hand. He's the benchmark. He's the guy who can drag a difficult car to results while the engineers figure things out. But there's a ticking time bomb. Alonso himself admitted, if the team wants to know during the mid-season break if I'm continuing, so they don't miss out on other drivers in the market, there will be pressure to make a decision as soon as possible. Can you feel that tension? It's a Mexican standoff. Other top drivers are watching, waiting for a seat. Team bosses are making calls, and in the middle of it all is Fernando Alonso saying, I'll let you know in September. This isn't just any driver. This is a man who won 2 world championships. A man who raced against Schumacher, Hamilton, Vettel, and now Verstappen. At 44 years old, he's still one of the fastest and most respected drivers in the paddock. He's essentially saying, show me you can build a championship contending car, and I'll stay. Show me we're going to be fighting for P8, and I might just leave on top. And here's the twist. What if Aston Martin finds that second of performance Alonso is talking about? What if mid-season the AMR-26 is suddenly fighting up front? What if Adrian Newey's magic starts to appear, and suddenly Alonso is battling for podiums, maybe even wins? Think about the chaos this creates in the paddock. Every team boss with an available seat is watching this like a hawk. If Alonso retires, that's a massive domino falling. Young drivers in F2 are one step closer to their dreams. Current midfield drivers suddenly have a shot at a top team. The entire driver market gets reshuffled. But if Alonso stays, that blocks a seat. That keeps a young talent waiting another year. The ripple effects are massive. And Aston Martin, they're in the most uncomfortable position possible. They've got Newey, they've got Honda power, they've got Lawrence Stroll's billions. But right now, they're behind. And their star driver is essentially saying, "Prove to me this is worth my time." The pressure on this team to deliver results is astronomical. Every tenth they find, every position they gain, every upgrade package, everything is under the microscope of one question. Will it be enough to keep Fernando Alonso in Formula One? So here we are, F1 fanatics. Fernando Alonso, the oldest driver on the grid, the warrior who refuses to fade away, has drawn a line in the sand. September. That's when we'll know if one of the greatest careers in Formula One history continues, or if we're witnessing the final season of a true legend. Aston Martin is sweating, the driver market is frozen, and Alonso? He's doing what he's always done, racing on his terms, making decisions on his timeline, and reminding everyone why he's still one of the most formidable forces in Formula One. Now I want to hear from you. Should Fernando Alonso retire at the end of 2026 and leave on top, or should he keep racing until he wins that elusive third championship? And more importantly, do you think Aston Martin can transform this disaster of a start into a championship contending car by September? Leave your predictions in the comments. I'm reading all of them. This is the story nobody else is telling you.